Today I figured we'd do a little review of the 350. It's been our daily for 6 years. 6 years now. Let's take a look at it. Looks good. It's clean. Need to fix that headlight. Look at it. Look at it. Alright, let's get in this bad boy. Alright, so we're in the Z. Figured we'd do a little review. We've owned the Z for 6 years, I believe. I think June was 6 years. Yeah. Gotta wind the windows down. Yeah, there's been a leak in the AC for like 4 years. I haven't cared to fix it. Better with the windows down. So compared to the Skyline, this clutch, it always gets me when I drive the Skyline. I come back to this because the clutch is a stage 2 and it grabs so quick and so low compared to the Skyline and so quickly. But I mean, when I bought this car, it was bone stock. Had nothing on it. It had 123,000 miles. It's an 07 HR. It was very clean. I think the first thing I did was the exhaust wasn't the first thing. Yeah, I cut the muffler off and I just had them re-weld the tip out so it was louder. I did intakes, spark plugs. Then I had to wait 9 months for my agency single exit exhaust. We got that in here. And then I was gonna go with the Burke test pipes. They were on back order longer than the agency was, so I went with some 370 test pipes since they were supposed to fit. They didn't fit. So we ditched that, and the shop that I go to, Hills Garage, they had some still in high flow cats sitting around from a 370. So we threw those on because I was like, I don't want to put the stock cats back on. Like, I'm here for like a full exhaust build. So we did that. And then we got coilovers. We lowered it a good amount. Then we got the Enki RPF 1s in bronze. Sexy wheel. The unsprung weight on these, insane. The handling is already amazing in the 350, and then you add lighter wheels and lower it, this thing, it's nuts. Like, it fucking whips all over the road. It is insane. Best handling car I've ever owned. I don't know about the Skyline yet because it rubs when I turn, so I think the wheels are just too wide. We'll get that fixed. But as far as dailying this car, yeah, I've driven in the snow, like ice storms and shit. It was not fun, but it was fine. Like, I've never wrecked it. I've never had any issues. I think the biggest issue I had with this car is the clutch went out. And when it went out, I think it was like 130,000 miles. I just came out one day and pushed the clutch in, and it went straight to the floor, like no pressure, nothing. So it was done, and it was starting to slip. So I knew it was going to happen. And got that replaced, and ever since it's been fine. That's the only time the car broke down on me. The engine is so strong. There's never been any issues. It's tuned. I got the up rev tune on it. It was what, 290 to the wheels, which isn't bad considering these are 306 to the crank. So I think before we tuned it up, the first pull was like 271 to the wheels, and that's with all the modifications I have. Oh yeah, the only other thing that happened was the stock radiator cracked, and it was leaking a little bit, so I replaced that before it got too bad. And that was the only issues I ever had with this car. Like, we got 150,000 on the clock, and it's still running perfectly. It's strong, it pulls. I can't acceleration just slips. And this thing pulls, man. I did a what was it, 40 to like 120 the other night coming home from work. This thing just instant power, the whole power, man. Like it never quits. And the Z is a hell of a lot louder on the Skyline. I don't know if it's because the Skyline has that like the wastegate, the fucking extra exhaust piece, whatever you call it, coming like off the turbo, because it's got the exhaust and it's got that piece on. I think they call it a screamer pipe as well. I don't know. So maybe like the full, it's not all just coming out one pipe. Like it's so loud, but it's, I don't know. I like loud cars. The Z is definitely fucking loud. But like, yeah. So 6 years with this car, no big issues, and even with being 150,000 miles, it's amazing. You know, I've replaced a lot of shit with aftermarket, but this car's a tank, man. I honestly would love to keep it. I mean, we're trying to sell it right now because we have the Skyline, but honestly, I'm probably just gonna work some overtime and keep this car. It's like, it's in perfect condition. It's gonna last another 6 years easily with minimal maintenance. Blow my whistle, baby.
Blow my whistle, baby.
100 combo.
Blow it like you mean it, blow.
Let me hear you say.
Bop, bop. I have 5 maps on this car. I've got 93 octane, 91 octane. Because we were gonna move to Arizona, so they don't have 93 out there. And then it's valet mode, 2 valet modes, and a fuel cut. So I can just switch to that map, and then nobody can start the car, so that's cool. And then, yeah, I mean, it's not as comfortable. Like once you drive for like an hour and a half, I'm ready to get out and stretch. It is not comfortable. I don't know, like I'm pretty tall, I'm 6'4", and it's just not comfortable. I haven't taken it on like really long road trips. I think the longest I've been was like 2.5 hours in this thing, and it was miserable. Like I think I took 1 or 2 like stops just to stretch my legs. The Skyline, I would have thought that would have been like very uncomfortable, but it's way roomier than this is. We're gonna go on the highway real quick, do a pull. Nissan makes a good platform. like new cars. Here we go. I'm trying to use my my right side blinkers, but I'm on the left side now, so we can't do that. This car's fun. Ever since I've owned this car, I've always said I'm never getting rid of it. I will always own a Z car. I don't care for the look of the 370. I like the 350 more. I wouldn't mind. The wife wants the old Datsun 240, 280, 260, whatever the fuck they are. I don't know. The old Fair Lady, the OG Fair Lady. So we'll probably eventually get her one. But yeah, it's a great car. So yeah, I guess we'll end the review there. I don't have anything else to talk about. I've enjoyed dailying this thing for 6 years, and I guess if we're not selling it, it's gonna continue to be my daily. The 370 over there. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for this one. I'm gonna drive this thing back home. Might do another walk around, whatever. If you guys enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, all that good shit. And if you want a Z, go get one.